You know, PlayStation 4 is in its final goodbye vibes since PlayStation decided to end some of the support updates to the device. But what if I tell you, well, you did not use it to the fullest? Well, in this video, I'm going to be showing you some of the features of the PlayStation 4 you probably didn't know, but they do really existed with you all this while. Well, let's go mess around our PS4s. Starting with the number one, you literally can play your PS4 console through Xbox One console. Well, it seems this is something most PS4 owners with Xbox One consoles did not notice, or even having that idea of playing a game on a console through another console, which sort of makes it no need. But I'm telling you, it is really helpful. The only reason which made this whole thing even possible is because there is an HDMI in port out of the Xbox One S consoles, which lets you pass any HDMI device, technically your console. But advised by Microsoft is not an optimal setup because people started reporting input lag in this whole trick, so other than being a novelty, it is not viable. It is also not possible with the current gen Xbox Series S and the S consoles. Probably maybe Microsoft realized this trick was not doing as intended, so they removed it entirely. Well, it is pretty a bit strange that you could be playing a video game on a console through another console using just a video port. It is not that it gonna damage your system or something, but just that it is not advisable, maybe due to the lag or something. You know, this can mess up your gaming experience and even supports max output rates of 1080p. Yeah, no wonder they are fading out, but you can still have fun with that though. Okay, so number two, you can ease your login method by personalizing it more with face recognition or even voice. If your PS4 is shared by several users but you are the only one who uses the console the most, well, you might want to check the login settings to make the login process a little bit more personal. Just enable the login to PS4 automatically to skip the user selection screen when firing up the console. Login passcode management lets you create a 4-digit PIN code for improved security and privacy and all that. Well, saving you an amount of seconds of not going through all the steps of selecting alternate profiles and all that. A special treat for those of you with PlayStation camera. Well, take that, enable face recognition and your system will recognize your face and automatically log you in. For number three, you know, PlayStation 4 Lite bar can be used for motion tracking and can also be used for typing as well. Do you remember back in the days when you had to type in your character name manually using the analog sticks, or you had that full keyboard attached to your Xbox controller for typing? Yeah, felt better than the analog sticks, but also messed up the grip when gaming. You know, before we had D-pads with no full motion control. Well, with the PS controllers, they can be used for typing. Though some may see this more complicated, perhaps what makes this easier is that the PlayStation 4 Lite bar is more responsive than the Connect. When you prompt to type in something on the screen, simply press down the right analog stick and you can use motion tracking typing. With this feature, you can hover the cursor over the letters you want to input by pressing the X button. You can also use this for creating shortcuts you've made on your keyboard. For example, having backspace key be the square button. It's also a cool feature, but it could be improved by having the player using 4 keyboard in their hands like on their phone. Well, with the number 4, if you press the PlayStation button together with the square button, you can zoom in. It's another interesting feature that's often overlooked. Well, if you ever struggle to see something in a game and the text options ain't doing for you, there is a little accessibility option that can come in handy. If you go into the accessibility tab, just go to options and turn on the zoom settings, like it is at the top. Not difficult to find, but with no explanation out of it. It is one of those options that is easy overlooked. Once it's on, you just press the PlayStation button plus the square button at the same time and you will zoom in your screen. You can use it anywhere, in games, menus, etc. And from here you can view the different sections of the screen or just press the circle button and everything will go back to the normal. The body combination feels a bit awkward to use at first glance, but once you get used to it, it's actually pretty handy to have. Especially when a game gets tiny text and even you struggle to see them, and even when you are in your couch and the TV is far. Well, you can avoid all the struggles by just turning on the zoom function and you should be able to zoom in everything on the screen. Number 5, you can get audio through basically anything by just plugging in the devices to your PlayStation controller. It is a little trick that makes sense when you think about it, but it is surprising you can get PlayStation 4 audio through just about any sound system by just plugging it into the DualSense 4 controller. It works for stereos, headset, Bluetooth speakers, basically anything that has audio jack. It's even possible to connect your DS4 to a PC using a sound card line in your audio player on your PC. I know this sounds a little bit surprising to some people, and to also surprise me, I would like you to help me reach 600 subs by subscribing to my channel. Alright, so with the number 6, let's say the motion tracking typing is a bit too much for you and you think to yourself, geez, only if I could be able to use my phone to type instead. Which makes sense. Chances are you spend a lot of time on your phone and you're already acclimated to the feel of typing with your thumbs. You have all the shortcuts and what you already have stored in your phone, and you really want to use that to better your social experience online. Well, worry not, because Sony has you covered. You can actually download the PlayStation app from the App Store or Google Play Store for free, and then from there, make sure that your PlayStation 4 and your PC are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. After that, just go to settings on your PlayStation 4 and then hit the PlayStation app connection settings, and then select add a device. From there, open up your PlayStation app on your phone and then select connect to the PlayStation 4 and enter the code that appears on your TV. Now, you can effortlessly just switch between your mobile phone and your controller for easy-in utility. Having these two features highlights the wide array of options as a player has when engaging with people online for a PlayStation 4. For number 7, you can play your PlayStation 4 games on your PS Vita. You know, Nintendo shocked the world with the Switch, a game system that allows you to take on the go with you. Yet people tend to forget that the PS Vita already did that years before the Switch way back in 2013 did it. It was markedly heavy during PS4 launch. The ability to play almost any PlayStation 4 game through your PS Vita. There were only two problems with this ploy. First, the PS Vita sales were not doing so hard. In fact, up to date, they're still not so hot. And in fact, we are pretty sure it didn't do much to drive up the sales of PS5's Vita in some countries like the UK and the US. Also, the process was not explained at that time. In any case, if you have the actual system and the PS Vita, you can connect the two through remote play. Simply just go to your settings on your PlayStation 4 and then go to PS Vita connections. Once there, just select add a device and enable your device to your PlayStation 4 while the utility. This feature seems amazing. Keep things in perspective. You may not be able to play literally everywhere, but if you want to get into few games of NCAA on your mall and commute to work or school, well, it's perfect for that. Do you know that you can give your PS4 a name and even talk to it? Well, if you want to rename your console, perhaps because maybe you have more than PS4 in your house, well, all you gotta do is just go to settings and then go to system menu, and from the system menu just go to information and get creative over there. Also, with you saying your name, just activate operate PS4 with voice in a voice operating settings and exclaim the PlayStation exclamation mark to a microphone connected to the system. Also, the internal mic of the PlayStation camera works as well. So with that, just follow the instructions on the screen and control the entire console with your voice. For number 9, also in the accessibility tab, you'll find button assignment, which allows you to completely remap the buttons and the sticks of your DualShock 4. This feature is primarily designed for mobility impaired players, but anyone can take advantage of it. Want to change the configuration of the buttons of a game that doesn't have the ad hoc option for that? Well, button assignments is here for you, man. So last, number 10, do you know that you can customize your quick menu by just press and hold the PS button at any time, and the handy quick menu will pop up on your screen for immediate access to frequently used features. Just by selecting customize, you can also personalize the slots with the settings that you use the most. Alright, and that's it. We hope you find some of these interesting, and don't forget to leave your tips and tricks in the comment below. Bye for now.